Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for being here. On my way here, I think about some of the thoughts I have and about what's going on in the world and what would be useful to share. And I felt that it's been a while since I've thought about feminism, sorry to say. But I'm like, from birth, I would say I called myself a feminist. I worked in feminist movements for 15 years, and I was an activist in them. And Palestine has always been something that is also been there for me from the beginning, in the sense that as a woman, come from generations of women, and our ties to the land is a feminist endeavor. It's about our bodies as women being linked to the land. Our bodies are our first home, and our land being our home as well. And so I wanted to share Usurper, which is a poem that I wrote before October 7th, but it was about the same things. And it kind of talks about what struggles we are facing, not just as women, but as Palestinians. And I think it links to being a feminist because it talks about sovereignty. And I think in this day and age, and in the face of fascism and even patriarchal movements that have also taken shape in state, try to control our bodies. And so our sovereignty is not only linked to the land, but also extends to the body. This is Usurper. In Arabic, the word is ghasib. I'm not sure what in Iranian it would be, or in Farsi. Same? Wow. I've been learning so much about how similar Arabic is to Farsi, and it just shows you how they try to keep it separate. So ghasib, or usurper. You are no page, no bone of me. No ink holds your name in my history. No story of yours tells of my land. You claim a divine chosen expelled, and so you expel me. Deformed, and so you deform me. To be erased so you can build atop of me. But I am here, then and now, a present. You insist on being absent, a collateral fantasy, the living unalive for decay you call safety. And what is safety to you? You who colonizes, with no origins on my land. You who occupies, have no land but the lands you come from. Were your ancestors as evil as you are now? Or are you the grown sons of daughters, what you know, purists, indoctrinated fanatics, obscuring genocide so it appears as climate change, or calling it cultural, while naming this land's disaster natural, this breaking of bond to land, this catastrophe you dismiss for a day of truth and reconciliation. And what is truth? What truths are you willing to face 2 weeks before celebrating Thanksgiving massacres? You, who became your abuser, now occupies my land. Your abuser, who never left you, suffocates me, occupies my body, starves me, breaks me into grids, severed limbs over fists, massacring me in my body, me in my land, me a home, as a body, as a land. How does soil turn when it's time? How does nectar flow before you jar my fruit? My nectar. From my nectar you bleed. You who occupies my land do not know me like I know you. I see your shadow and your shield. I see my usurper through your teeth. You who occupies my land, you who wants to be me. Thank you. Thank you. My next poem is called Uyun Atfal Palestine, Children's Eyes of Palestine. Those eyes of mine are innocent as stars. And the stars are those eyes of children lying cold, open, just enough for you to see how deeply we've become colonized. Our children no longer matter, yet they are matter, activated inside my eyes. Those eyes of mine beam in the dark before dawn. Dawn is when the children are taken. The clicking of metal, terrifying. The breaking of morning dew, peacefully lying on red-green petals, dying. I hate petals now. I hate the petals that are so beautiful, rising in blue morning beam, right after the brain has been broke open by the happening of children being taken. The noise of thick fabric scraping, the wailing of mothers surviving, post-kidnapping, emptiness and silence and space. Those eyes of mine are daunting, are mourning, are awaiting to come into the light. The awaiting, waiting through those eyes of mine that have come to rest. Instead, they hold open tight. I hate the light now. I hate the light that awakens me to helplessness, my insides cooked to paste in the afternoon sun, and anger on slow simmer as I watch and I listen and I see and I witness again and again the assault on Gaza's children. I hate the afternoon sun now. And forever will my eyes know, up close, the small limbs and the tiny faces sacrificed with impunity like shade covering the sun, of modern hypocrisy, and of the hands that bleed diamonds, and the tanks that rink around trillions, and the fingers that curve around the US pistol, and the fizzle of coke gone simple, and minds that have altered visions of skins wrapped in cardamom and persimmons, and carnations draped around empty souls, and streets of genocide made into colonial homes. Those eyes of mine are not made for injustice, and yet it occupies my eyelids, forever disturbed by the faces and limbs that stud crimson streets with children's eyes, the way that stars sequin the pitch sky. Maybe I will learn to witness and become skilled in forming my tongue, or maybe I will break free, and those eyes of mine will finally find their rest. Thank you. And finally, this poem I've been performing a lot recently, but it kind of is about a post that I read by the Martyrs of Gaza. And this post, they posted actually in August 2024, and it kind of resonates every single day since. So they said, "This will be our last post we share here. After 311 days of a brutal genocide, we believe there is no point in telling our human stories anymore. I'm sure you can understand, as everyone knows everything that there is to know already and has grown accustomed to seeing us being killed. It is no longer worth the risk to send our voice out to a world that is content with mere solidarity. Even many of our human stories are no longer interesting to people. Our voices are being ignored." So live stream genocide. Have you feasted enough on our open corpses and detached limbs? I heard it's sweeter when you let the blood flow, so keep watching. What cut of genocide do you enjoy? The pregnant woman hung with her husband, the children wandering to survive, all gray, part sand, where the blue and purple plumps swollen. No innocence there, no life where life should have persisted, no life where life needed to be delicate, no life where the living are better off dead, no life where children give their limbs up for survival, for a future they weren't promised. Have you feasted through your windows on what it could have been? If it were you there, far off there, where there is not here, because here we know how to act like that. And we know that you get what you deserve when you make too much noise as you're being shackled. You get what you deserve when you feel the pain of others. Where do we store all this dissonance from humanity? When it's your flesh and blood, when it's your family, when it's you, what will you do? What will you want of others to do? Our eyes are too small for this earth. Our minds too small for this savagery that is humanity. Our soul is too small for this pain that is who we are. A baby is no longer baby, but vapor breath. I can't even think of limbs in the same way again. I can't feel my face, a full body. What privilege? What the hell is this illness? Polio outbreaks in Gaza, cholera outbreaks in Sudan, captives raped by dogs, soldiers' absolute savagery, celebrated, everything for the world to see. Live stream how painfully disgusting you are. Live stream everything that you have done. Live stream everything. Unearth all the forgotten secrets buried under history. History whose? Forget the names imprinted. Don't repeat your ravaged lies, you thief, you occupier, you fascist. You disgust me. Soldiers of fascism, you carry your limbs, the ones that torture and rape. You move your lungs that breathe in fungus and lets out fetus rotting corpse. You are your rotting corpse. What do you do with your limbs when you go home from your torture camps? Do you lay with your spouse gently? Or you torment everyone equally? Call it PTSD? What have your hands practiced to repeat? What have you become skilled at? You beast! You are your beast. Make yourself one on live stream. Thank you.